Yeah.
Apologise if anyone heard me say a swear word just before I forgot there was people in here. So, anyway, it wasn't too, yeah, thank you. That'll do. Right, so, Jenny from the Cass Bay Residents Association, welcome. Please start on your submission.
Morena. Firstly, the Cass Bay Residents Association would like your help with our community facility. You will be pleased to hear we're not asking for any money for this, as we've offered to raise the money ourselves. We wish to build a community facility that will be a regenerative, sustainable and ecologically sound design, which is shown here, which will fit in with the historical setting of other buildings on the Steadfast site. This would replace the building that we have been offered, which was originally an open-fronted 3-bay garage from the 1950s, which had a front added in the 80s and is now in a dilapidated condition with asbestos, borer and black mould, and a building report has said is uneconomic to renovate. We have a proven need for a facility in our growing community, which will enable us to be more resilient and strengthen local feelings of belonging, as well as provide an emergency hub in the event of an emergency. We have that wasn't meant to happen. We have a community, we have been in negotiations with the Christchurch City Council for 3 years now and ask for your support for a resolution so that we can get started before building costs go up even further. Secondly, we support the ongoing funding of the head-to-head walkway, which will be a great draw card for Christchurch tourism when it's finished. Unfortunately, the popular stretch from Cass Bay to Pony Point have several major slips on it last August. Geotech reports have said that an alternative track is needed, as this section is likely to fail in other areas in future. Currently, people are using a rudimentary track, pictured here, to get to Pony Point that has a gradient of 1 in 2.5 or 40% in some places. A lady has slipped and broken her ankle on it already, and many people have been asking me when another track can be made. We request that money be allocated to upgrade this track to provide an alternative with a better gradient and surface as soon as possible. And lastly, I first approached the Christchurch City Council in 2017 about our playground, parts of which date back to beyond the 1980s. I was told then it was due for renewal in 2022-23, but this was pushed back to 25-26 in the last long-term plan. This popular playground is heavily used, not just by locals, but also by people from Christchurch and further afield who come to our beach, including many school groups. We ask that renewal is not further delayed and that the bench seats and retaining for the bark softball, which are both disintegrated now, be replaced in the interim while we wait for the renewal. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much, Jenny. Now we've got a couple of questions. I think Tyler.
Kia ora, Jenny.
Kia ora.
Can you just talk to us about the resolution with staff and what you actually require to get the building underway? I wasn't clear.
At the moment, we have the concept plan, which was up on the board earlier. We need them to approve that before we can move forward.
Okay.
So basically, they originally wanted us to renovate the old garage, and we've had reports done, and the latest building report was that it was uneconomic to renovate.
I see. And that will include demolition
Yes,
of the site?
or there has been a suggestion that it is moved to another part of the Steadfast Park domain.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's our whole thing. We need that moved so we can move on, basically.
Thank you.
So is it, it's on council land?
Yes, it's in a council reserve.
And so if council agreed with you that a new building is the way to go?
Hopefully. I think actually they may be having a meeting today to again discuss it, that we haven't, we're waiting for that approval. I think that we have. The last meeting I had with park staff was that they said that we could go ahead with a new build, but they still haven't accepted our concept design or a definite that we can move ahead. It's taken so long, and the prices go up all the time. And
Well, this is the thing, isn't it, with community projects? It's the thing with everything, but it's a bigger impact on community projects, I think, because the funding's so challenging. So
I
maybe in action we could get some information on where that's sitting. And I
Yeah.
assume that the community board would be working with you?
the community board have been highly supportive of us right through,
Yep,
especially with the idea of a rebuild, a new build.
yeah.
And they have worked quite closely in supporting us with that.
Right. Yeah, we'll see if we can get you some action.
Thank you very much. That would be
All
much
right,
appreciated.
perfect. Thank you so much. So,
Thank you very much.